If you're new to catfishing with chicken livers, the first thing to understand is this. The bait works, but only if it stays on the hook and lands where catfish already want to feed. Most beginners lose the bait on the cast, fish a random open spot, then sit there wondering why nothing is happening. So in this video, we're going to keep it simple. You'll learn how to rig chicken liver so it survives the cast, where to throw it first, how to know when a catfish is really taking it, and what to change when the spot goes quiet. Chicken liver is cheap, messy, soft, and full of scent. That's why it can be so good for channel catfish in ponds, small lakes, creeks, and slower river edges. But don't think of it like a magic smell bomb that pulls fish from across the lake. Think of it more like putting a strong-smelling snack right on a catfish travel route. Your job is to make a small scent bundle, put it near an edge, and give a fish an easy chance to find it. Start with the bait itself. Keep the livers cold until you're ready to use them. A tub sitting open in the sun turns soft and soupy fast, and soft liver tears off the hook. Keep it in a cooler, and if your liver is extra mushy, you can partly freeze it before the trip. You don't want a rock-hard bait cube. You just want it firm enough that you can handle it without it falling apart in your fingers. Now, make the piece smaller than your beginner instinct probably wants. A good starting piece is about the size of a large grape or a small walnut. Bigger bait looks tempting, but a huge wad spins through the air, tears loose, and lets little fish peck at the edges without ever getting hooked. A smaller, neater piece casts better, sits better, and still gives off plenty of scent. For hooks, don't overcomplicate it. A simple bait hook or circle hook will work. If you're using a circle hook, the hook is designed to slide into the corner of the fish's mouth as the line tightens. That means you don't swing hard at the first tap. You let the rod load up, then reel steadily. If you're using a regular bait hook, you can give a short, firm lift once the fish is actually pulling. Either way, the hook point needs to stay exposed. Burying the point in a wad of liver is one of the easiest ways to miss fish. Here's the trick that saves most beginners. Don't just jab the liver once and hope. Fold the liver around the hook, look for a slightly tougher stringy part if you can find one, then wrap it with bait thread, elastic thread, or a small piece of mesh. Clean pantyhose, gauze, or bait wrap can all work. You're not making it pretty, you're making a little pouch of scent that the hook can hold. Wrap it enough that it won't fly off, hook through the bundle, check that the point is clear, and now you actually have a bait that can survive a cast. Your rig should be just as simple. Use a sliding sinker rig. Slide an egg sinker onto your main line, tie on a small swivel, then tie a short leader from the swivel to your hook. The sinker holds the bait near bottom, and the swivel keeps the sinker from sliding all the way to the hook. When a catfish picks up the bait, it can move a little without instantly feeling the full weight. Use just enough weight to hold bottom. In a quiet pond, that might be a small egg sinker. In current, you may need more. If your line keeps sweeping sideways and the bait won't stay put, your sinker is too light or you're casting into too much flow. A good beginner leader is about the length from your hand to your elbow. Short enough to reduce tangles, long enough to let the bait move naturally. Now comes the part that matters as much as the bait, where you cast. Catfish like edges. They use cover, depth changes, shade, current, and food movement. So before you throw, look for a place where something changes. On a pond, that might be the shaded side of a dock, the outside edge of weeds, a deeper bank near the dam, or a small creek trickling in. On a creek or river, look for slower water touching faster water. That line where the two speeds meet is a feeding lane. Food drifts along it, and catfish can sit near it without fighting the strongest current. If you're looking at a fallen tree, don't throw straight into the thickest branches unless you enjoy breaking off. Cast just outside the cover. If there's current, try the downstream side, where a fish can rest out of the push and slide out to eat. If you're fishing a dock, don't cast into the middle of empty water first. Try the shaded edge, a corner post, or the deeper side. The rule is simple: near cover, near depth, or near moving food, but not so buried that your first bite is a snag. When you cast liver, think smooth lob, not hard whip. Bring the rod back slowly, load it gently, and toss the rig like you're throwing something fragile. If you snap the rod forward, the liver can tear, the hook can spin, and you may spend the next 20 minutes fishing with bare metal. Aim a little past the target if you can, let the sinker hit bottom, then gently tighten the line until the rod tip has a slight bend. Don't crank the line tight like a guitar string. You want enough tension to see the bite, but not so much that a catfish feels heavy resistance the moment it mouths the bait. A rod holder helps a lot. Set the rod at an angle where you can see the tip. If you're holding the rod, keep a finger lightly on the line. Bites can be tiny taps, a slow pull, a steady bend, or the line drifting off to one side. The biggest bite reading mistake is reacting too early. Little taps usually mean the fish is mouthing the bait, or smaller fish are pecking at it. With a circle hook, wait until the rod bends and stays bent, or the line starts moving steadily. Then pick up the rod, point it toward the fish for a moment, and reel until the rod loads. Once it's loaded, keep steady pressure. With a regular bait hook, still wait for weight. When the taps turn into a real pull, lift firmly and start reeling. You don't need a giant hook set. You need timing. If nothing happens, don't just sit there blaming the bait. Give a good spot a fair chance, then change one thing. In warm water, fresh liver in a decent spot usually deserves about 15 to 20 minutes. In cold water, fish may move slower, so you can wait longer. But if you reel in and the bait is clean and untouched, that often means you're not close enough to a travel route. Move closer to shade, a drop-off, a dock edge, a creek mouth, or softer water near current. If the bait comes back shredded but you never hook anything, that tells you something different. The bait is being found, but the fish are not getting the hook. Make the liver piece smaller, secure it tighter, and make sure the hook point is exposed. If the bait keeps flying off, wrap it better and cast softer. If weeds cover the hook every cast, don't throw into the weeds. Fish the outside edge. If current keeps rolling the rig away, add weight or move to the slower side of the flow. Sometimes turtles, tiny fish, or bluegill will destroy chicken liver before a catfish gets to it. If that keeps happening, move a little deeper, fish closer to low light, or switch to a tougher bait for that day, like cut bait. Chicken liver is useful, but it's not the best answer for every water and every problem. Time of day can help. Catfish can bite in daylight, especially in stained water, cloudy weather, or shaded areas. But if you're a beginner trying to stack the odds, evening, night, and early morning are usually easier. Low light makes catfish more comfortable roaming shallow. On a pond, pay attention to wind too. A bank with wind blowing into it can collect tiny food and bait fish, and catfish may follow. If you can find wind, shade, and deeper water close together, start there. Water clarity changes your approach. In muddy or stained water, liver's scent is a real advantage because fish don't need a perfect visual target. In very clear shallow water, go smaller, be quieter, and don't stomp around right on the bank. Set your tackle down softly, keep bright lights off the water at night, and avoid casting over the same shallow fish again and again. Bring a few simple extras so the trip doesn't turn into a mess. Paper towels or a rag are almost required. Keep the lid on the liver tub so it doesn't dry out. Check your hook point after a snag, because a dull hook can waste your best bite of the day. And check the local rules before you fish at night, keep fish, or use certain baits. Regulations can change from one water to another. When you finally hook a catfish, keep steady pressure and don't rush the last few feet. Catfish often roll when they get close to the bank. If you lift the fish by the line can pop right when you're about to land it. Use a net if you have one, or slide the fish gently onto a shallow muddy or grassy edge. Be careful around the stiff side fins. Grip the fish behind those fins, or use fish grips if you're not comfortable handling it. So here's the simple plan for your first trip. Keep the chicken livers cold. Make a small liver bundle with thread or mesh. Use a sliding sinker rig with just enough weight to hold bottom. Cast with a smooth lob to an edge like dock shade, a creek mouth, a current line, the outside of weeds, or deeper water near cover. Wait for steady weight before you set the hook or reel into the fish. And when the fishing gets slow, read what comes back. Clean bait means move closer to fish. Shredded bait means adjust the hook and bait size. Missing bait means secure it better or cast softer. Drifting bait means add weight or fish calmer water. That's the whole beginner system. Keep the liver on, put it where catfish already travel, wait for a real pull, and make one smart adjustment at a time.